Hello and welcome to a somewhat atypical video from what you're used to seeing on my channel. I do a pretty good job of hiding it, but I'm actually a huge city builder nerd. I have been playing these things ever since the original SimCity came out, and probably one of my very favorite genres because deep down I think there's a little bit of a civil engineer trying to get out. However, there's just not really been a whole lot of really good options in the genre lately, and I did play the new SimCity. I felt like there was a lot of really good ideas trying to get out of a just really bad framework in that game. And so I've been watching City Skylines with a lot of interest, and I didn't pre-order. I don't pre-order a whole lot of things. I tend to wait for day one reviews. And this thing, for $30, it has been everything I'd hoped it'd be and more. Performance and scalability, this thing's running at 60 frames a second right now, just totally happily chugging along. I've been playing this way too much. I really need to get back to some chemistry homework, but there's a lot of really good tutorials on roads in general, but I wanted to share something that I just recently figured out. It's really specific employment of roads in rejoining a highway, and that is the roundabout highway interchange. I've been building these things ever since I was playing with a rural highway mod in SimCity 4. It got to the point where they were the only type of interchange I would build because they're very versatile. They keep traffic flowing and allow easy access, to the highway while at the same time not taking up a heck of a lot of space. And once I figured out how to make them in City Skylines, which was just a little while ago actually, I thought I'd make a video to show the specifics of setting one up. These aren't the type of interchanges, I don't believe. I'm from the States, Oklahoma in particular. I have not seen many of these in the United States, but when I visited England and Ireland many years ago, I saw quite a bit of them, and they're, as I said, they're very efficient and quite useful, especially from a gameplay perspective. So I'm just going to kind of hop into things right away. First thing to consider is your direction of traffic. I have my game right now set up with American-style right-hand flow traffic. See taillights in this lane. Which means I need my roundabout to go in a counterclockwise direction. If you're playing with left-hand flow traffic, modeling pretty much the rest of the world, then you need to go in the clockwise direction. And so the very first step is to select your two-lane one-way road and to page up to change elevation. Depending on the contour of the land, you may have to page up twice. You can see how the left lane is slightly higher than the right lane. On really extreme contour differentials, you may have to go up another step. I haven't had to yet, but I've had some funky instances when trying to get bridges across highways. So just something to keep in mind. Very first step, and there's a lot of, as I said, there's a lot of tutorials on how to make circular roads in City Skylines. So I'm not going to really harp on that too much because there's a lot of people who've explained it a lot better than me. I'm just going to touch on it kind of generally here. Main consideration is when you're building a roundabout interchange is you see that guideline in the center of the median between the two highway lanes. You want that as close to parallel with the lanes as possible. You stretch out to that first guideline to the right. Click once to set... Oh, hang on. I gotta set this for curve. Let's try this again. Curved roads. There we go. You go to where the nub is one space beyond the guideline on the right, which that means you've filled up the entire space. Click once, and then you pull it until you see where it merges with the other guideline, and release. And then you repeat the process, and you repeat that step. And that one. And there you have the roundabout portion of the roundabout interchange. I think it might be land contour that keeps that from being perfectly round, but I think a perfectly circular road's kind of hard to get in this game, but that's reasonably good enough. And at this stage, you go into your highways, grab your highway ramp, which are just one lane, one direction roads. And you don't have to mess with page up or page down, just string out in the direction you want your traffic to go. This is going left to right, so I start here and click there. And that gets me my exit ramp there. And then come to the other side, click there. And then kind of sweep around until it turns blue for your on-ramp, or exit, I'm sorry. And continue the process. And I'm right-clicking to release the road mode instead of having to hit escape and then reselect my road. And so there you see, if we were driving on this, we could come up and follow the road around and exit that way if we wanted to rejoin the highway. If we had to turn around, we could just follow this around again and go that way, all without having to do much in the way of changing speed. Now, I don't have much development going on over here. In fact, I've got no development going on over here. So I'm going to just tie into my main road network for my city. And once again, one-lane roads are directional. This one, you are going to have to use page down to change your elevation. I'm going to switch this back to straight roads just for simplicity's sake. You can manage, you can even make these curved if you like. And it could be, actually, now that I say that, it might be a little more efficient to do it that way. We're going to go back to our off-ramp. Page down. Just to make that interchange just a little less abrupt. Then we're going to come back up. Click there to get some curve into it. And then it'll join the highway up there. Oh. Well, in theory. Try that one more time. There we go. A little more gentle curve. Not that it makes much of a difference from a gameplay perspective, but I think that looks visually just a little nicer, a little more realistic. And if you followed my KSP NASA series, you'll know realism is something that I have a hard time shaking. And we're going to continue our road. Bring the 2-lane up here. We're going to grab single lane. And once again, these are directional, so bottom to top, and top to bottom. And so now, if we can get some traffic to follow here. I'll follow this guy around. Instantly get on the highway there. See if anybody's gonna go around. Got a good feeling about this guy. Yep. All without having to stop, without having to make any drastic speed changes, and then instantly getting on the highway. So thanks for watching this really boring civil engineering type video. I actually plan on doing a lot more City Skylines videos because I am absolutely smitten with this thing. It's been so nice, and it's very logically laid out. I'll probably start a whole city from scratch just to simplify things. But this has been my quick demo of a roundabout interchange in City Skylines. So Thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves.